for my shit phone. Impromptu.
is impromptu is I am prompt PROMPTU.
Yeah, that was wrong, my boy. Impromptu. What up, everybody, man? I'm a little loud in my headphones. Just down a little bit. Yeah. What up, everybody, man? This is an impromptu podcast, which is spelled IMPROMPU, and the shit's still going. But anyway, I got a show tomorrow, so we won't be able to go live tomorrow. So I guess Joya and them won't be able to come because I ain't gonna be here. So shout out to my baby girl Joya and Amber Ewan was gonna be in the building. They don't know this yet, but if they be live, I don't know if they can hear us on there yet either on the YouTube. But we decided to just do one real quick. Car's like, fuck it, come on, let's get one in real quick because the sis Piper finna come through and do her motherfucking thing. And we here to chop it up right now, man. I just got a cut. And Kari called me. He said, "Nigga, let's talk about troll."
Yeah. We've been having this trolling conversation for a second now because me and Josh also talk just as homies, but we also talk about like content and everything. And really, we were having a discussion like, is trolling the new way to get on? Like is trolling your new gateway? Is trolling what you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, is that the spot? Is that really where people are at right now? And more so, I guess the bigger question, more so even before we get to trolling, because there's so much trolling in the news right now, especially when it comes to black folks. I mean, we could argue that Kanye West lost everything connected to trolling. We definitely gonna talk about Charleston WHite's crazy ass. We gonna talk about the baby. I completely forgot about the baby because he be trolling heavy.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That nigga old news. I don't know if we need to talk about that whole nigga.
Okay, all right. I
mean, but yeah, I know what you mean. All them niggas is trolls. But I mean, all that shit in reality, man, it's about attention, and attention is the only currency, which we talked about that in women, but that'll be another podcast. But attention is something that I guess being a celebrity and a famous motherfucker is kind of like being a woman. You got to be on some feminine energy to want to be a famous motherfucker, to always want to be on the tip of somebody's tongue and on the back of somebody's mind. And a lot of these niggas just use that to stay in the light, man. If they ain't got a song coming out, they got to, like, I've never, when the interviews become the big thing where it was like, hey, I got to knock this interview out to, and we already jumping into this shit real fast. I just want to throw real quick. Car said we need more segments. Where the hoes at? The hoes was at NEP this Sunday. Shout out to my nigga G Smooth. Let me get my bill.
It's 2 bills.
Yeah, they can keep that other one with the green shit around it. Shout out to Amber though. Yeah, man, I was at NEP doing a feature, man. I missed the one I was supposed to do last month, and then I told G Smooth I was gonna come back, and I did. And it was this weird ass Barney Rubble looking ass white boy, just was loud and just kind of like damn near heckling everybody, even the music. Like niggas was doing music, he was doing too much, and he was just. And then the funny thing, G Smooth set you up in a place where you can sit down and do your 1-2 thing by yourself. So the nigga came over there and was like, "Can I sit right here?" And I was like, "No," at first. And I'm like, "Nigga, it's kind of," but I could tell he didn't have no sense of what was going on. So then I let the nigga sit down trying to be cool. Then I had Aaronology on, a comedian who went to Canada with me. I let him go up before me. He knew, and he ain't have a good set because he a brand new nigga. And then the nigga was talking like he wasn't shit. When I got on stage, like the last dude wasn't shit. And I'm like, bro, ain't hearing all that. So that already turned me off. So he basically just talked through my whole set. And I was hella frustrated. And I apologize, y'all, that I let that nigga kind of fuck with me like that. It was still a good show, but I don't like when niggas come through and be on some whole shit, nigga. Like, take that somewhere else, nigga. You know what I mean? Because I ain't even finna say what I'm finna say. Hey, man, G Smooth got a great show. Y'all go fuck with him. It's on Sundays. It's a good ass vibe. If you like to smell like weed when you leave and you like to hear good music and poetry and comedy and live instrumentation, that's the place to be. That was just one thing. That was just where the hoes at. So anyway, back to this trolling shit, because my man was really a troll. Like a troll is a heckler, a nigga who tries to get attention.
In reality, I guess a heckler would be a troll because you have a comedy show and then this person is feeling like I can, you know, talk shit about the comedian on stage, enter the show, stir up the pot, make the show better. So heckling is trolling, dude.
No, if a shit show is. And let me see. Facebook talking about. All right, bet. What up to everybody on the Facebook area? When I hear niggas talk about that shit like that, trolling is lame. It's lame as fuck, and it's like almost like bullying in a sense, and just using the internet because it seems like that's the only shit that go through. I get more videos of niggas trolling than I do the positive shit. So it's what the algorithm allows. It's almost like we crave the negative shit more than we crave anything else as society or as consumers of anything in the entertainment world. it's never really like, I mean, you know, I mean, even Jay-Z said it, like, nigga, I ain't been rapping like Common since, you know what I'm saying? Common don't seem like his shit was anything on the side of, not to say Jay-Z a troll, but it's just a certain kind of content that breaks through before, like, you know, just some normal regular shit, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
shout out L Jordan.
So I guess this is the question that I would turn around and ask you then, from that perspective, what would, if, like, okay, because it's like negative attention or whatever, like we all in high school, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? People gonna go look at the fight, right? So it's definitely some attention around negative things that usually probably don't happen all the time. What shifts as a person's telling the story about that fight? When did this person become a troll? When do you become the troll versus the person that's just saying some bullshit happened?
As far as what going on in the fight. So if I see a fight, you basically saying I'm the nigga who saw it or the nigga who instigated it?
Or I mean, I guess you could say instigate, whatever, but I'm just, you said like paying attention to negativity. People pay attention to that shit more often. Where's a person like, where do you draw the line of saying like, okay, this person's trolling for you versus this person is just sharing information that maybe people don't want to hear?
We'll put it like this, at a smaller scale, that's like you telling me something and then I go tell somebody else knowing it's gonna start some shit just to be the nigga that made something happen. Like I think it's even at a small level. Like, just, I know people who will be sitting down, like, let's say you tell me some fucked up shit happened to you, we know somebody mutually.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to them, and just because I ain't got shit else to talk about, I be like, man, you know, Khary got such and such and such going on. I relate information that didn't have to be relayed, in my opinion.
And that right there is like, I guess if we, you know, I'll be talking scale. So like on a scale of like, or it could be like something that you see me, my homegirl walk in the spot, and then somebody else walk up to her and he approach her. And then, you know, I come back, you know, from the bathroom and you get in my ear like, hey, you know, my man tried to push up on your girl when you went to the bathroom. Is that trolling?
Yeah, in a sense, man. It's just like, why even tell that nigga unless your girl was out of pocket? And trolling can also be a nigga who see you with a girl that he used to fuck around with and come around and be on some hoe shit. Like, come over there and see you with a girl that at some point in time he had his dick in her throat, and then he come over there to her and be, hey, what up, all extra and shit like that, letting you know that he possibly could have been fucking with her like that. It's like, in my head, player, grown man shit, just being cool, nigga, I wouldn't even go speak to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why even go over there and invite that energy? Now, if she come over to speak to me, I'm gonna keep it cool. But a nigga who just is out here nigga who needs the attention or the energy of I'm bigger and I'm better than another nigga, and I gotta overwhelm the conversation. I have to, I need my presence to be felt without just being who you are. You got to come through on some negative shit. My nigga Cardi said, we all know trolls, people who intentionally plot on negative attention for more attention themselves. That fame is just let me see more real quick. It's insatiable for them. That's real shit. Right. L Jordan said, that's an L or a J. J Jordan said, trolling's at all-time high. You can post a pic of you in a suit. A nigga will post something hating shit about the background. I mean, they do that all the time. Like, okay. I had a couple videos that went, you know, that did decent numbers, and niggas are being there, and niggas feel like they have to say, oh, I didn't think that was funny, as opposed to just trying to get a rise out of you or whatever.
Okay, now, is that, okay, so I guess if all this goes into trolling, and I like that.
E Green, what's up, boy?
I like that definition that my man gave on Facebook, or that they gave on Facebook. So basically, it's like, I know that people are gonna pay more attention to negativity anyway. So if I'm the person that's always giving you negativity, like if I'm a walking world star hip hop,
that might not be trolling. Now that I think about it,
is that? I don't think that's and trolling. I know that as I'm
just sharing, a messy motherfucker. That's just messy.
Sharing negative information, it's gonna it's gonna heighten your, like, I guess now I'm more important as the person that's saying like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Did you see this video of Sarkeesian? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was world star walking around like, you see Sarkeesian? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's trolling. Now that I think it, that's just a messy motherfucker, and that's just another bucket, or we can compartmentalize. So that's another a nigga in my head who's a troll picks with motherfuckers for the, and I don't want to use the word clout, but just for the light or the shine or the attention that they gonna get, and using that negative energy to kind of shine a light on them so they can be like, all right, so people can pay attention to them. Like, and a lot of times niggas who trolls don't really have much more to offer than fucking with people for whatever reason.
Okay, so basically it's almost like the intent of what it is. So like, I'm trying to basically get a rise out of you. So it would be like me intentionally going at like, okay, let's just go to the Charleston WHite T.I. situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charleston WHite, as we know, may be like one of the most famous trolls right now.
Right now, he is. Baby.
I don't even know what he does. I guess he got like a like
he community activist. He say
he
community activist. We from
yeah, in like in Texas or whatever. But we know him for talking shit about rappers, basically saying that it ain't real. Being in gangs is some bullshit. It's negative to the community, and it's not necessarily what he's saying, because a lot of what he's saying is some merit in what he's saying. So basically, like, but the way he's presenting it is in an adversarial way that you know is gonna get a rise out of the people he's talking.
And this is why I say I don't know if he a genius or if he just a nigga on there lying to the world. Like, I don't know how to kind of take the nigga. He like the topic of discussion everywhere, but it's almost like the shit he's saying, you be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's real. Like, I mean, nigga, most people in the world, we're regular people. You're not a rapper. You're not a drug dealer. You're not a murderer. You're not a scammer. Nigga, you're going to call the police if something happened. The average nigga ain't handling his own business like that. You're not going out here just moving around like that. And we live in this world where we watch rappers talk this shit and we believe everything they say. And it's almost like he's calling these niggas bluff, but it's the way he going about it. It's not like, it's like how they say they put the medicine in the ice cream. It's like the ice cream won't go viral online, but it's like if you cover the medicine up in shit or some poison or toxic, motherfuckers will go through there because we just more adapt to listening, because the shit go through and you laughing. But like, I be hearing the shit he be saying and I be like, damn, he ain't really lying. Like, these niggas talk the shit they promote, these kids run around and do. Like, nigga, I'm a slide, I want to kill, I'm gonna murk everything. It's like, nigga, that shit ain't sweet. Like, nigga, that's not what's up. These young niggas killing each other. And at some point, you kind of gotta sit back and be like, damn, yeah, this nigga ain't it's almost like he like the Joker in that Batman with Heath Ledger. It's like the nigga is so crazy where it's like he like, I'm willing to die behind all this shit, and the shit you niggas say you about, y'all ain't about. I'll kill one of you niggas to protect myself if you niggas really about it, and I call the police if I can't get it done like that. So he really the nigga out here like, I'm standing on the shit that I say, you know what I mean? So he is a troll, but it seems like it's a method to that nigga madness, in my opinion.
Okay, so that method to madness of trolling, and we've seen some people become very successful from their trolling antics. So it can lead to opportunity. But let's speak still as Charleston WHite.
Okay.
So like when we look at like him engaging and like talking shit about like a guy like T.I.'s son, or Whack 100, a Big U, or just talking shit about being in a gang, and in reality, gang life, gang activity, is definitely like you in LA, you in Chicago, certain places, like it's a part of the culture of the place, but it's definitely a distorted culture. It's not like fruitful. It's not like
we should
farming.
Be
proud of. It's not like producing a whole lot, like, you know, but if it's all that certain people have,
it's nothing we should be proud of. And I mean, for him to be up against it, I'm not mad at it. It's like for niggas to be running around here committing to some shit, as far as like, nigga, I'm gonna kill a nigga over some colors and the way you wear your hat and where you from and who you are. It's like, nigga, at some point you can't be 50 years old still talking about you a Crip or you a blood. Like, nigga, you a grown man. You need to go get your prostate checked, nigga. It's some more serious shit in the world. Do me running around here trying to be somebody OG and lead niggas in the wrong direction. So I'm for everything that nigga against. And am I tripping on the way he doing it? Yes and no. But I know that if he really got a message, this is the only way he can get it out. I feel like this nigga knows what he's doing. Like, if he was just to say the shit that he was saying, it wouldn't travel as far. He wouldn't reach the ears of the people that need to hear it to say he a whole ass nigga. And let's say if he like, nigga, I'm cool with the world hating me and thinking I'm a whole ass nigga if I can save X amount of people in my head. That's what I feel like he's doing. I feel like what he's doing is a better version of what the fuck Kanye West is trying to do. We can stay on Charleston, but it's niggas who got a platform. Kanye earned his platform, earned it. He got a platform from shit because nigga make good music and he makes sweet looking shoes. But it's like, outside of him trying to please himself, what else is he doing? It seemed like this nigga Charleston WHite at the heart of his shit, if he could end gang violence or save kids or keep all this killing down, I think he'd be like, nigga, that's the ultimate goal. Like, fuck all the money and people knowing who I am. That's what I think. I mean, that's just my opinion.
E. Green said, you know, what he is saying is true, but mixed with the antics, it takes away from the message, which I agree. It can take away from the message. But I guess what we saying, E Green, is will we even have received his message
if he didn't do
if
this?
he'd have just said, looking at the community, like if he were to say, looking at the community, I believe that gangs have destroyed and added to, even though we recognize systemic racism put us in these positions to be in gangs, but it's still some self-accountability we as a people can take.
Three niggas just left that was watching, just left when you said that shit. Now that show you that approach wouldn't have got niggas to pay attention. Like nigga, even on here, even on the podcast, nigga, like it be more motherfuckers watching. We talk about fucking and you know what I'm saying, and not using condoms and shit like that than they do when we be having regular conversations. So in reality, dog, it's like he understands what it is. Like you got to be a villain. It's almost like to reach the people I want to reach and get to the heights I want to get to, nigga, I gotta say T.I.'s son is a yellow boy with some big yellow lips and he gonna go to jail and some nigga gonna fuck him. So he's saying the wildest shit like imaginable, and it's almost like watching, like you damn near watching like what can he say next, and the nigga is not stopping, bro. No. He ain't stopping.
I mean, even the way he was calling Boosie's kids bastards because it was like y'all wasn't married, your father wasn't married to your mother, and it's just like, but I guess it's one of them car crashes that if you're right, if he packaged it in another way, people gonna be bored as hell.
Exactly.
It's not gonna stick. It's not gonna stand out. It's gonna just get lost in the sauce. So now it's almost like Charleston White has become the, like, I guess almost like, we gonna switch to Kanye.
We gonna stay here. We gonna get here. Joking and hating is not the same. Trolling is hating. I don't think so. All the time, trolling ain't hating. Not all the time. Sometimes you just fucking with a nigga. And I'm gonna read this next comment, but I do believe that for T.I. and them to really trip is just because he got a platform. It's almost like, nigga, if you read your comments, niggas say a lot of wild shit. He just a nigga from the comments who got big. Yeah. And now it's like, so nigga, you should have that same energy for every nigga then that's in your comments. If you tripping, it's just that this message reached your ear. So like I said before, it's almost like he daring you to be like, all right, nigga, if you bought all this shit, come holler at me. And if you do, you stupid for trying to get at a nigga and ruining your whole empire that you built, trying to stand up behind some shit that you, a legacy that you want to stand up on, that you do this super tough nigga, as opposed to being like, man, that's all internet nigga, fuck him, I ain't saying nothing. And then it's like, well, nigga, come be real then. If you real, do it. Crash out on some whole shit, and then we'll see what it is, and then I'm gonna call the police. Nigga, I'm gonna stand on what I'm gonna stand on. So he almost putting you in a place where it's like, nigga, I'm gonna chill. Because nigga, he came at Kevin Gates, and Kevin Gates hit the niggas. That's why I know the nigga really on some sincere shit. When Kevin Gates responded in the way he did, it changed everything with how he came. So I know he just ain't no troll ass nigga. He just attacking niggas who, a lot of these rappers ain't really that shit. Like, nigga, we all know people who in the entertainment industry ain't who they say they are, but they be a character to kind of cut through the bullshit. So you got to act like you this nigga that you really not.
I mean,
he exposing that shit.
I definitely think like that last Drink Champs with Turk was real revealing as far as like just the, like, rappers are, from even my history with hip hop, like almost like a superhero version of whoever the person is. They not as tough as they're acting. They don't have the women that they have. They don't have the money that they talking about. They don't have the jewelry, the car, the house. Most of that stuff is not
the reputation in the streets.
Yeah, the street reputation. Like, you got to check in and all that extra shit. Like, rappers is,
they're actors, man. They like Denzel, nigga. They like Will Smith, Samuel L. Jackson. These niggas are not really what they are. And we get so caught up in who these people are and like thinking T.I. like this and Jeezy like this. It's like, no, these niggas is not these people. They are artists who found a way in, found a voice and used it and connected in some way. It might be a little bit in there, but in reality, it's an exaggerated portion that they create for you to, and we cling on to it. And then now he like, these niggas moving and living like that. And that's why he like Young Thug and these niggas, but they really got in it and start banging, like, and start, from what they say, allegedly, these niggas out here killing motherfuckers and moving around and setting hits. So now it's like, all right, now these niggas got money and they can move out here like that. We got to do something about it. He like, nigga, that's what I hear. Like, nigga, we got to stop the bullshit because our culture is being affected by this. Cause it's like he said, it's young niggas dying behind this shit. Like, it's innocent people dying behind beefs that happen on the internet. And I think he just like, nigga, And just some of the shit rappers say. He like, nigga, I'm just talking. These niggas rap some of this shit. These niggas, think about the wildest rap lyrics you ever heard in your life. These niggas rap
wild.
that shit.
It's wild.
So he like, why ain't niggas coming at him about that shit? He like, nigga, he rapping shit like that. I'm talking. So now he want to hurt me behind some shit I said. Now if a nigga come through and say, fuck any nigga, fuck any tall nigga do comedy, do I gotta take that personal and go see the nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because he talking that shit. I'm like, no, the nigga just rapping. You gotta take shit for what it is. So I don't know, man. I think it's a method to cuz madness. That's how I think. I mean,
so and this led to the other part of the discussion earlier today. Like, okay, crime is just a part. I mean, to me, violence is a part of America. Like, America's a very violent country. The history of this nation is violent. You know, I think black violence is highlighted in a different way. You know, like, even I just did a trip to Chicago, and the first thing that came up was like, yeah, it was a wild weekend. And I'm like, I don't have a frame of reference of what's wild or what's tame, quote unquote, Chicago weekend. Now, with that being said, I feel like as much as violence is a part of America, crimes, you know, we necessarily didn't sign up for like making a lot of these laws. But you're saying that to you, a lot of the criminal shit you feel like should be like, how should our community look at crime? Because I think we got an interesting dynamic of looking at crime as black people.
I think if we police ourselves, I think a lot of the shit we do, they create the crimes to hold us back. And I'm not a nigga political or know nothing about the law or nothing like that. But I believe if we fix our own shit in our own house, like if we stop having so much friction amongst ourselves, a lot of this shit we wouldn't have to deal with, because then we'll figure out how to build with each other. So if I ain't trying to kill you or trying to steal from you, then we can figure out all the other shit. The laws don't mean shit because they control that. But nigga, they don't come in these neighborhoods. These are neighborhoods. So as long as we do what we supposed to and we keep ourselves together, because they say crime is all about proximity.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit, like, nigga, in the ghettos, if the other ghettos, when Jewish people was living in them, nigga, the crime was committed was to Jewish people against other Jewish people. And niggas in trailer parks, well, if you want to say that's what white people at, white people are gonna do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we figure out what we're doing wrong and stop having the mentality of like me versus you, it's like, nigga, it's us together. The laws, even though they set up to fuck us up, we won't trip so much over the trap as much if we knew what the fuck was going on. I'm gonna read this one on Facebook and then I'm gonna read one off here. My man Cardi Harris one more time said Charleston just in it for himself. Really, he's giving some good gems, but he's not really committed to it. Like, who antagonizes people then says I'm gonna call the police? People sometimes want to see you for what they put in a box. It's like watching a Game of Thrones. I think he really just trying to see how stupid these niggas is. Like, when he say, yeah, nigga, you keep saying a threat on here online, nigga, you're gonna get arrested. And if niggas had to fear the police for real, niggas wouldn't really be on bullshit. Like, nigga,
I actually do think we do. It's just where, because I mean, we gonna fear the police or the feds in certain situations, but in the hood, you look at it like they probably ain't coming here, so I'm probably good. I'm straight over here.
But I don't think niggas had a fear of a nigga. Like, if a nigga run up on me and shoot at me, I'm supposed to get a gun and shoot him back. A nigga like me, a regular nigga, grew up in Oak Park, comedian, father. Niggas is like, no, nigga, you can't call the police on that nigga. No, nigga, I'm gonna call the police. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm gonna do. I don't have a gun, so now I go get a gun and shoot this nigga. It's one thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. They got us out here thinking that, nigga, we supposed to be moving on some vigilante shit. And in reality, nigga, if we had more established relationship as far as the police, is this some fucked up police out here? Yeah, for sure. But they service of the people in reality. The niggas we hate is the ones who hate us. And nigga, in reality, it's niggas that hate us that ain't police, that ain't white. So what I'm saying to you is, in my head, he's just a nigga being like, it's okay to be a regular motherfucker. If a motherfucker run up in your crib, you got the right to defend yourself, but nigga, after you shoot, you gonna call the police. So I think it puts the fear back in motherfuckers, because niggas moving lawless. These little niggas is running around here killing each other like it's legitimately grand theft auto. Niggas running out here popping at motherfuckers. It don't matter where they at and who they around. And that shit, wow, nigga, like, that's not no life. Like, nigga, you should be able to do a lot of shit. But the fact that if you go to Chicago and you walking down, nigga, the Magnificent Mile, and you go too far down and get lost, you could possibly get fucked over.
All right. Well, I got this question in. Like, this more so an American question.
Yeah, I want to read some of them too.
Okay. Read some of these.
All right. Gangs anywhere are no good for black communities, flat out. Exactly. I don't like that shit. It's weak. Well, actually, hey, all right, yeah, he said that before, my dog. You know, T.I. should have got his son. And that's what I'm saying too. It's another thing where it's like, this is an internet nigga, man. it's like, for one, Charleston talking about you ain't supposed to disrespect no grown nigga. At the end of the day, you did start talking shit about his daddy. So I get that. But it ain't like but he's painting the picture that these just young, wild niggas who ain't got no respect for nobody. So yeah, if I'm T.I., hey man, leave that weird nigga alone, man. Don't say nothing else to that nigga. You already doing what you want to do, living your life. Nigga, get the fuck out of here playing them internet games. Leave that nigga alone. For some reason, you just need to not fuck with that nigga. He right. T.I. should have checked his son. Like, nigga, and then if a nigga ain't put his hands on my kids, man, or like in they motherfucking face putting this threat down, I don't too much give a fuck about what a nigga say. So at the end of the day, if them my kids, Kennedy, go ahead and get the fuck on with that. We ain't talking to that nigga.
All right. Now, in today's era, though, because up to now, I didn't really know a lot about King, but this done put King in the world of like the social media world. He in the conversation now. So to keep going back and forth with Charleston is probably one of them gateways. Can T.I., do you think T.I. even got the discipline to pull his son to the side and be like, shut that shit down?
He act like it. I mean, you know, T.I., the T.I., the image T.I. gives, or what he come off with, is that he a nigga who wants some shit where it's like, hey man, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? He runs his household. He's a man and he stands on man principles. So it seems like he should be able to tell his son, King, don't say shit about that nigga no more. Don't talk to that nigga no more, and don't bring him up. And you know the internet gon' poke and say little shit. Hey man, don't say nothing that can subliminally, that can be a subliminal or nothing, or no sneak shot. Leave that nigga alone. There's other things in the world to think about. Leave that nigga the fuck alone. And you see Boosie's son ain't said shit else. So nigga, shut the fuck up. You're a child in reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, nigga? And the little nigga need to be checked. You know what I'm saying? He is moving around here like, nigga, he is T.I. T.I. 2.0, nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't grow up like that, nigga. Your daddy had money. But you ain't in the streets, nigga.
But the same way Charleston White,
your mama wrote scrubs, nigga.
The same way that Charleston White.
No nigga who mama wrote scrubs supposed to be out here acting like they hard like that. Your mama wrote scrubs. Sit down and get that money, man. Kick your feet up, nigga. Be an architect, an engineer. If your mama wrote scrubs, nigga, sit the fuck down.
But
what up, Steve? Steve, my nigga Steve Lloyd said, he said, yeah, I agree. He definitely should have checked his son off bail. Check that little nigga. T.I. scared of Smokey Robinson. He don't run that house. Shout out to Smokey Robinson, who was AKA Tiny, who motherfucking wrote scrubs. And now T.I., if he can get at me, but I didn't say that. E Green said it's another Texas nigga on your ass from the city though.
All right, now this is the question I got then in this same realm then. So like King may see this as like a way for him to get in the conversation, to get his Charleston White on, to get on platforms, to be interviewed by Vlad TV and go at Charleston White. Like now he becomes in that mix, because in the same world, in the gang life, I think Whack 100, even though he did do some gangster shit, Whack 100 be trolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But these niggas who a nigga like Whack 100 who really dealt with real shit in the streets, know this a game. He like, nigga, we just talking. Ain't a nigga gonna put their hands on me. And in reality, if it do, it ain't gonna go the way a nigga want to. So when you understand, like, I heard niggas say this for 50 Cent said it like, you know, I'm in a business meeting, nigga, these pressure situations ain't high because I know what it's like. And this ain't life or death. This just paperwork and money getting fucked up. We can figure it out. So niggas like that understand what they doing in the game they playing, and they gonna troll because they know 9 times out of 10 niggas ain't getting physical out here. Niggas ain't really gonna press. And if you do get physical, I got what it takes to deal with it. That's how Whack 100 feel. Now back to what the King shit, as far as him thinking this is way in the game, nigga, you T.I. son, you Tiny son, nigga, you got a lot of opportunities to get in the game. This ain't the way to get in there. And if I'm T.I., I'm telling them, nigga, this ain't it. Because if I'm T.I., why would I want my son to get on some lame shit like that? Go sit down, nigga. This is some female shit. You beefing with a nigga who I fucked up, and he running around here talking about he raped white women and some weird shit. The nigga different. Leave that nigga the fuck alone, man. It's other ways to get on, man. No, sit down somewhere, nigga.
All right, and now I gotta go to Kanye, and where he at.
He lost Adidas. He ain't a billionaire.
He done lost a lot connected to like the shit he was talking, and in a lot of ways, I think it's like troll behavior, because I don't know I know Kanye fans said like it was like a point and premise to it. So like when you troll, instead of trolling a specific person, is it trolling when you troll like a whole, like damn near society? Is that still trolling?
Yeah, it's still trolling, man. When you poking at just a group of people. And I mean, I'm gonna say this. I mean, he kind of proved the point. Like they always say Kanye was like the cowboy who would run over the hill and then get hit with all the arrows and run back and be like, yeah, it's the Indians over there. He's that wild nigga. And I think he was just trying to prove a point to be like, yeah, the Jewish people got a control that we as black people can't do nothing about. Like, no other motherfucking group of people can get this nigga like kind of out the game the way he kind of did. Like, it seemed like it happened, you know, just from what I'm seeing. I know, I mean, I hope I don't sound Kanye West is up here, but Westis, however the fuck you want to say it, West-esque or whatever. But it's like the nigga lost everything. He said if you say anything against them, they'll come for you. They'll take your life. He just was being extra, but he really put a lot on himself as far as what he think he means to the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, not to say he don't mean nothing, but this nigga feels like he's Nelson Mandela. But what I'm saying is that the nigga said what he said and he lost everything. And it could be his attitude, but it's just crazy that in the same premise, nigga, or the same amount of time that he's saying all this shit, he lost. They took his money out the bank. Balenciaga backed off. Adidas backed off. I heard, nigga, they took Good Music.
Gap backed off.
Gap backed off. Good Music is not on Def Jam no more. Yeah. So it's like, all right, and every interview he on, they pulling him off his shit. So it's like,
I think level 2 is gonna come. This is how you know they putting the nail in the coffin. If they start going up to Pusha T, if they start going up to like all his allies, if they start asking Jay-Z, they start asking Big Sean again. If they start asking, well, I mean, some niggas people under the bus.
Some niggas have already distanced themselves, and he's trying to get it back. But go ahead.
But yeah, if they start asking him, because Nori went on an apology tour, and I think that tour gonna still have to keep going. Actually, that Noriega.
But what's wrong with giving a nigga a platform to say some dumb shit?
I don't see nothing.
If Kanye would come on here, would you trip? Would you let him come on here and talk?
Yeah, I would, but I'm pretty sure that we would blow up for a second, and then it'd be all types of what the fuck after.
And then you'll lose all your shit, all your ginger that you got at the house, and all the vegetables you grown on the side of the crib, nigga. And that's what I mean. Not to get off the point, but I'm just saying, like, anyway, like I said, he talked a lot of shit, and some of the shit came true. And who knows, maybe he was gonna happen anyway, regardless of who he's gonna talk about, because he seemed like his mental state fucked up. But yeah, I mean, he's trolling. But Kanye shit is different to me because it's so self-motivated. It's all about me. I'm hurt. They're doing this to me. And I was talking to Leon at the barbershop. Shout out to Leon. And I was just like, you know, Charleston White is kind of, it seemed like it's other people in his mind as far as like if he accomplished what he needs to, it's gonna get done. Kanye is just mad because Kanye can't get what the fuck he want. He want to say what he want to say when he feel like, and it's like, nigga, I hate to say crazy people, but a nigga who mind ain't motherfucking right, you can't just say what you want, nigga. You need to have clear thoughts in your head and get your shit together before you get on the platform and start talking crazy. What's this?
I mean, that comment, I don't know. Fourth, the main media said, nah, bro, if any other race of people got on TV and said, I'm going DEFCON 4 on black people tomorrow, they would be canceled too. This Me Too climate is crazy right now.
All right, Fourth, put it like this, Fourth. I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that. I believe a nigga can say, I believe a motherfucker, because for one, DEFCON 4 means what? I mean, guess like genocide.
I thought that was from, I thought DEFCON 4 was from like Star Wars or some shit.
Well, I guess it means obliterate. Let's just assume it means take out or destroy or beat in something like that. If somebody said that about black people, nigga, only motherfuckers will probably back away from them would be like nigga Issa Rae, Luster's pink hair lotion, like shit that niggas don't really had no salt in the game. T-Mobile not backing away from a motherfucker saying nothing like that. Like who if
like I think the last like
if Jack Harlow said that shit, Jack Harlow McDonald's would not take the Jack Harlow, or KFC would not take the Jack Harlow meal away. I believe it's just certain shit you can say. It's just certain motherfuckers you can't fuck with.
Okay, when I think the last like crazy statement was what's his name? When Kramer went on that rant on stage, and for a second he went on the apology tour, and now you know Seinfeld back in syndication. You could watch it. It's on Comedy Central like every weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I still wouldn't say if Kanye's probably gonna go on a hell of an apology tour, and probably like half of Jeezy gym shoes is gonna go to some like you know Hebrew Foundation now. Like basically he gonna have to do the Nick Cannon.
Anybody named Jeremiah, they're getting a pair of the new Yeezys. Everybody gonna get them. I'm telling you. And like he said, Kramer didn't get canceled, but you know what I'm saying. Bill Cosby fucked a bunch of drowsy motherfuckers 40 years ago, and nigga ain't nothing on that he got nothing to do with. So I just think it's a little bit different when certain motherfuckers do something to certain people, man. That's just what I think. So he ain't say nothing wrong. It was probably the way he said it. I mean, he just said it for the way he saw it, and nigga played out that way. No, fam, other races get all media and talk shit crazy about black folks every day. So that's what I'm saying, E Green. Like, I mean, I feel you. Like, I guess what he said might have been super crazy, but I've heard people say wild shit, man, and just, you know, about other groups of people, and nigga, They didn't lose nigga $700 million.
Yeah, I mean, I never even, some of this stuff in the reports, I mean, I didn't even know what happened. Like a bank just giving you back $140 million. Like, we don't want your money no more. Like, that's some wild shit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. But again, is he trolling? I mean, yeah. I mean, he all over the place. He just saying a bunch of shit. Fourth said, nah, if a white person went on MSNBC and said they're not rocking with black folks, he would get canceled. Yeah, it was way too reckless. Didn't Trump say a bunch of shit like that was semi like
he used what they
loaded
call,
language?
They call that like dog whistle language, meaning like, you know, we can't hear it, but you know what they're saying. So they'll use codified language with black folks.
So if he's saying shit like that on platforms, they didn't cancel him. He ended up being president. So I'm just saying, man, you know what I'm saying? He made it about a race. I'm just saying, man, I feel you. I mean, let's just agree to disagree. I think that, you know, if you say the shit, if you say anything about the Jewish people, man, shit like that come down. They do got to, especially in entertainment and when it comes to finance, they run a lot of shit. Their hands is involved in a lot of shit, bro. So it's like, you kind of got to play the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to watch what you do and watch how you know what I'm saying? Watch how you say it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can't think about like off color stuff about, but it's often, I mean, and I guess that's also part of Charleston White's perspective. Like sometimes some of the media and content that's given the platform, because that's the argument. Like the black folks that have platforms they're making destructive. We sometimes will make destructive content about each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that is being greenlit through a lot of other people. Like I remember when Chief Keef dropped That's the Shit I Don't Like.
Yeah.
And I wrote like it was back when Facebook Notes was happening. So it was like a Facebook note that went viral. And my thought process was like, I don't look at what Chief Keef is doing and saying that this is ignorant. But what I'm saying is just from knowing hip hop, for Chief Keef to get in front of me, it's handlers, managers, agents, lawyers, it's a lot of people that have, you know, a lot of experience, that are allowing him this gateway to, you know, basically say what the fuck ever, knowing that it could be destructive. Because this was the time when like I guess his crew from Obot shot that one other kid that was a rapper that was like 14, and they made that Piss on His Grave song. And I'm like, it ain't even like culture vulture. It's like they're like exploiting it, like almost like in a, like, I guess exploitation is the best way of saying it. It's
so
like
what
they're
about
taking certain dynamics of our culture, giving it a larger platform and glamorizing it without the context of the understanding of how this even came to.
So what's the argument that somebody say to you and be like, well, we didn't know that. It's music. We thought it was just make believe. So what do you say to somebody who would say that? Like, let's say that's what they saying.
I would say it's tough. Like, I mean, especially as a person that loves hip hop, it's a very tough argument. The older I get, the more I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, we hear now, like the Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to the Baby new album, and the Baby feel like he done got canceled for the comments that he made about the gay community. But I'm listening, and he's talking about, you know, having sex with Meg the day before she got shot, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is an interesting line to be throwing in a song right now, which I'm sure he put that in there so that they could get attention, and it did get attention the week it came out. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're, and it's a lot of women that work in hip hop. Like, so if you're a woman, do you pull the Baby to the side and be like, yo, this line right here,
yeah, it shouldn't work.
Why it's in here, man? You can take that out. The song can still go. You can change this around by making that you're given a platform to make something salacious and bring attention to this project that it's gonna be, you know.
And she's still a victim in a sense. Like, when you look at it, she's still a victim. Like, we don't know what the play is, but at this point, you talking about a girl who got shot, and then you talking about fucking her. So it's almost a double negative at that point. And it's like, all right, bro, you just trying to put yourself back in the conversation and get back out here in the interviews and say your part, say your piece, and get your record sales back up so you can get your show money going on. You wearing a lot of tighter shit because you want to, you know what I'm saying, appeal to the gay community. You wearing berets now, you know what I'm saying, on your interviews, leather berets, nigga hoop earrings, big Cubans, and you trying to put yourself back out here. So I just believe he just trying to play himself back in, but that's just the industry, man. You got to say something to make people gravitate to you. So yeah, I fuck Megan Thee Stallion. That's corny, you know. I mean, that's just corny to be out here yelling who you fucked. Like, unless you married to this motherfucker, or unless it's just obvious. Like you don't hear Michael B. Jordan, then yeah, I fucked Lori Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what it is. But I just think when it comes down to the trolling, man, it's all up when it comes to certain shit. When it comes to certain shit, if you say it and it's gonna sell, cool, go ahead. You can say whatever you want. But it just get to a certain box that you can't play around in, man. Just certain shit you can't play in. You can say whatever you want. I fucked this person. I shot this person. This person ain't shit. They can't rap. But you can't play in certain lanes.
Snitch. I mean,
some people are untrollable. Some people are untrollable.
I think here go another troll. I think Lil Nas X be trolling with some of the stuff he do, knowing that it's like, okay, I know this is gonna, I'm a black man.
It's gonna fuck with Boosie.
Gay. It's gonna get some interviews. It'll be some conversations going. Because I thought his video where he basically is like, I guess, like insinuating prison rape, which is horrific. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some wild shit. But you can get off with that shit because his whole, I guess, character is built in making shit like that all the time.
And then like with that Lil Nas X shit, bro, the fact that this nigga can keep doing shit and we know he fucking with somebody. At what point is it like, all right, he kind of bullying Boosie? It's like you playing with a person that don't fuck with you. It's like, when do we stop? I'm like, nigga, why don't you go ahead and chill with all that? Like, all right, we get it. You like gay shit, he don't, and it piss him off because of the way he was raised. It's like he ain't gotta like gay shit. It's okay for him to not like gay shit. That's my thing. Like, if a nigga don't fuck with it, it's okay. As long as he not doing nothing out of the way and coming at you crazy, it's okay to not like some shit. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna keep fucking with him because it's gonna keep spinning shit, and then I can roll off this and then do whatever. Because it's almost like, nigga, the antics is bigger than the music or the talent at this point. You just a nigga out here saying a bunch of wild shit and fucking with people because you got this gang around you. Which, I mean, I hate to call them a gang, but you got this group of people around you that's gonna mobilize and be like, no, he one of us and you can't fuck with us. Because now we got power, because at one point we was at the bottom. Everybody was shitting on us, pissing on us, kicking on us, and bullying us, and now we at the top, so you can't play. So it's almost like he using it. Who's untrollable to y'all? I guess that you can't say nothing about Jewish people. For real.
I mean, is it a particular person that's untrollable, you think?
Do I think it's a person that's untrollable?
Yeah.
A motherfucker who don't care? I mean, if you're talking about a specific person, like anybody who just don't give a fuck, bro. Like, let a motherfucker say what you want to say. Like, I think Jay-Z was good for that. Mm-hmm. And then at some point in time, you just can keep throwing shots at a motherfucker. And then when you finally say something, it's so much more powerful.
What about let's see, who else when we think about like trolls and stuff like that? We talked a little bit about 50 Cent.
Go ahead.
What, this next one?
Oh no, he said who? Okay, no, I ain't see that one. All right, go ahead.
So, like, would the game be considered a troll, you think?
Yep, I think the game is for sure a troll, man. Any nigga that, I mean, he made a song, You Couldn't Get Far, and he put all the names of all the video vixens in it.
I forgot about that song.
And he named names and was like, basically said, these hoes be fucking. These hoes out here fucking. And as a kid or whatever age I was when that came out, I was like, damn, Melissa Ford be letting niggas bust in her face to get in videos. It's just, you paint a narrative. You just say whatever you want to at some point in time. But that might even make a nigga, because I feel like you punching down. And not to say that video models are like below rappers, but it's almost like punching down. I feel like a troll is kind of punching up because they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing to stand on. They just a motherfucker, like, even in size, a troll.
Because I was going to say, like, the Eminem diss that I still ain't listened to yet, but people say it's dope. But then when he said he dissed like Eminem because the Super Bowl performance and he should have been there, saying like I'm like, this shit don't even make no damn sense.
Yeah, he was mad. He felt the way about that shit because he put 50 Cent on there, and it was really like, nigga, everything that was connected to Aftermath and what's the other record label they attached to? Right, Aftermath and
Shady.
No, not Shady. Aftermath. What's the other one? Interscope. Aftermath. Shady. All the biggest artists they wanted. In the game, you just wasn't that. I get it, it's California, it's LA, it would be nice. But nigga, if they gonna get a California nigga, nobody bigger than Snoop. And then if they gonna and then Snoop's attached to Aftermath. And then after that, who's the next biggest nigga? Kendrick Lamar.
I'll figure.
I'm talking about just Aftermath
LA.
Some LA shit. You're getting Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you just know, even at your biggest, you wasn't that nigga.
No,
and And that's not even no whole shit. That's just really what it is. Yeah. And then you get 50 Cent. You get Eminem, of course, who nigga was the flagship artist of fucking Aftermath, and then jumped to Shady, and then you get 50 Cent. So it was a nigga that was mad, and now he's trying to punch at motherfucking Eminem, and It's like, nigga, Eminem shit is fucking solidified, my nigga. Let that be. But yeah, Game is definitely a troll. 50 Cent Game was a troll. I'm trying to think who else was out here on some trolling
he one of
shit.
my favorite comedians. Do you consider Corey Holcomb with the shit he be talking? Do he be trolling or do he be serious? What do you be thinking?
No, I think he's serious because I don't think he say the shit to get no publicity from it. I think he just say shit just to say it and get the looks. He just like, nigga, this is how I feel. And my opinion just happened to be some shit that just really just get people off they motherfucking, like get people out of their body. So I think I don't think that at all. I think that nigga straight up just be saying what he feel. Who else might be considered a troll?
So basically, so now as we get closer to this definition, like a troll is saying something to basically get a rise from
somebody
another
above,
group of people,
a larger group of people, man. You trying to reach to get somewhere. You're a troll. You're small, nigga, in comparison to whatever you getting at, and then get to a point where you a bully, and then that's when the shit kind of got to stop. So I believe that's where Kanye West is. He's at a place where nigga, you kind of so big that you can be considered a bully.
Was with Wendy Williams when she was like in news and like and then now since we in the Wendy Williams world, would TMZ be considered trolling? Like is media and gossip, is all of that considered trolling?
Yeah, we turned it into a media platform now, dog. We got a 24-hour trolling platform where TMZ, these people sit on here and make jokes and laugh about shit people going through, Tom Brady getting divorced. Right now, Antonio Brown is trolling Tom Brady. Like this nigga making videos. He making shirts with him hugging fucking Tom Brady's wife. He got that little book up that say, "Why is Daddy not home?" And then it showed Tom Brady leaving with a suitcase and the football.
I did laugh like
and then they got a little cartoon. They got a little cartoon Antonio Brown in the corner.
AB is in the background.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if we can find it, but it's like that nigga trolling. It's like, why are you playing with this nigga Tom Brady, bro? He got other shit on his man, nigga. We sacked that nigga damn near 3-4 times, dog. He lost to Pittsburgh. He shouldn't have did that. But niggas be the last resort, dog. Where it go to trolling, dog. Where it be like, all right, now I'm finna fuck with niggas because I ain't got no other leg to stand on. So at least I can get the attention from people looking at me and try to jumpstart it. It's almost like, nigga, you trying to light your pilot light with anything you can find at this point. You like, nigga, I just got to get my fire back burning. And it's like, how many niggas have trolled their way back into our lives, into our admiration? I don't know if anybody can know somebody. If you can specifically think of somebody who fell off and troll and put them back where they needed to be.
Trolling, put them back where they needed to be.
Yeah, like who? Okay, have anybody ever trolled their way in the game that we know that's still here? That's like, oh, this motherfucker like selling out shows, or they have a successful this and that. I mean, Howard Stern, was he a troll?
Yeah, Howard Stern, I definitely think in media he was trolling. Like, I mean, he would do a lot of wild shit. I would say 50 Cent. Okay, 50 Cent was. This is what's so weird about 50 Cent history, and now I'm about to get into 50 Cent rap bag. Like when he came out with what's that? The Ghetto Quran book.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Ghetto Quran, because basically the Ghetto Quran was a rap about like all of the greatest hustlers in Queens history or whatever. And in it, he shared like street knowledge, and people felt like he was snitching, which led to other static between like, especially like Irv Gotti and the Murder Inc. camp and everything. So and he had a legitimate beef.
This was a book or was it an album? I'm asking.
It was a song. Ghetto Quran is like one of the dopest, like I guess underground, most infamous songs that like sparked a lot of the shit between 50 and Murder Inc. And then from there, it like spiraled. So it's like I don't even know when the trolling from 50, like when did 50 just defending what 50 Cent do from getting shot? When did that transition to him trolling? I don't know. Like that 50 may be one of the biggest trolls in history, though.
And I mean, you can say now he had a space where he kind of on some bully shit. Cause you're like, you so big, you 50 Cent.
Yeah.
But he understands the
like
internet.
Tierra Marie.
Yeah, it's like nigga, you know, nigga, even the way he do Yayo and Tony Yayo and the way he do Lloyd Banks and them, nigga, it kind of get to a point where you be looking like, damn, 50, like, why don't you leave these niggas alone? But it's almost like he's figured out how to use it in a way to where nigga, where the shit spin the way it spin. This what this nigga Antonio Brown just put on his Instagram. It was on his story. Daddy doesn't live here anymore. And as you see, that's Tom Brady right there on his way off to Tampa Bay to go lose by 17 to somebody, and that's Giselle and some kid. And then if you look in the corner of the book over there, Antonio Brown is sitting in there with that shit on in the living room. And that's what I mean. That's trolling. Like now, Antonio Brown, when he was the top wide receiver in the league, he didn't do shit like that because he didn't have to. His play spoke for him. He's making his money. But now you fucked up. Now you got to try to and now you swing to Tom Brady when you feel like he at his weakest. But it's like Tom Brady still, nigga. If he stop playing tomorrow, nigga, he got a $37 million check on the floor for the rest of his for 10 years to just talk about football. My nigga,
I got a classic story on trolling. You know, the beef Shaq had with David Robinson for his whole career, that was a lie.
Oh, that wasn't real?
That wasn't real. The whole he didn't sign my autograph. Shaq said he had to, and you was a quarterback. Shaq said he had to come up with, Michael Jordan said this too, like come up with lies to dislike the players in the other locker room. You ever felt that way?
Jordan did that. Like Jordan
did that big.
He would sit around like
out game was a lot.
But that's billboard. That's billboard. That's billboard material for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the team, Tom, like, Pittsburgh just used that the last weekend. It was like, Tom Brady didn't come to the game. I mean, he didn't come to the walkthroughs because he was at Robert Kraft's wedding. So that make the team be like, oh, word, nigga, that's how you feel. You're not even gonna prepare for us. You think we just ain't shit like that. So I mean, I believe it. I believe people can take shit and create a narrative in their head and use it to push them to do shit that they would normally do, like give you extra gas. So yeah, I believe Jordan did it.
Would you consider, like, is Scottie Pippen wife's trolling?
Scottie Pippen wife. I mean, yeah. Hold on, like that. Did AB turn fourth? What you call it? Did AB turn on Brady?
Yeah, he got that right.
Yeah, he most definitely did, bro.
AB turned on himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, in reality, obviously everybody play back the Vontaze Burfict hit. Like, I definitely think, I don't know if it's CTE or whatever, like something going on with AB. He is just, I mean, really the way he got out of the Raiders, and I was surprised he got on another team when he got out of the Raiders. And then when he got out of the Raiders and went to the Patriots, I was like, okay, he really with these cases looming over his head. And I'm like, I guess that's the NFL. If you still talented, you're going to get another chance. Yeah. And after he did the jumping jacks off the field, I was like, nah, that's a wrap, man.
Yeah, he fucked over too many of the blue bloods in the NFL. You go from Pittsburgh, you play them. You go to the Raiders, play them. You go over to the Patriots, who became blue blood over the past reign they had. Then Tom Brady bring you over here, and then you fuck Tom Brady over, nigga. He's officially the greatest nigga to ever play football at this point.
Yeah.
And now it's like, we straight. Maybe Jerry Jones might fuck with you, but I think the owners probably looked and said, leave that nigga alone. Yeah. Don't bring him back to the league. We straight on him. He's a loose cannon. He won't know what he gonna say, what he gonna do. So he definitely out the way. He turned on Tom. It took Tom Brady to get him to bring him to the Patriots while he was there. And I forgot why that didn't work out. Why didn't that work out again? I don't know. And then Bruce Arians, which is the coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for whoever watching that don't know, didn't want him over there. He's like, I'm straight on him. And then Tom's like, bring him. And then they won the Super Bowl. He was actually living with Tom Brady at his crib while he figured this shit out. And then he pulled that whole shit and got the fuck on.
All right. Jay Jordan got a question. And then after you answer that, I got the question for you next.
Is AB and Kanye trolling? I think Kanye need help. I think Kanye just talking. I don't think that he just out here really trying to stir up nothing, because you Kanye West. Everything you do, like, nigga, you did 3 album releases in theater in a stadium. So you don't need to go just say wild shit to get people attention. You can just do what you do. You did a concert for Larry Hoover, and nigga, in some thigh-high rubber boots, my nigga, with Drake and all that shit. So I don't think you need that. AB for shit share. He's trolling for shit short trolling. He need to go sit down, and they both need help. They both need help at the end of the day. They in the same thing, but it's just they in a different situation. Kanye, his career is based off what he creates out of his mind. Antonio Brown got to figure out what his next shit is, because it was with his body. And can he still play? Yeah, but I think he done fucked it up too much.
Now, all right, now I got this question. For the kid that's like coming up now, and they see that trolling is a lane, or doing, and let's not even just say trolling like acts, meaning like if you know you can do something,
doing and saying anything.
Yeah, like what's gonna stop them? What's gonna bring, like, do you think that people just gonna keep pushing the envelope further? Like, we got Charleston WHite in 2022. By 2025, it's gonna be a person that's like Charleston WHite times 100.
I think we see it, and like we seen it with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, you have a run, and then you go away, and I mean, a lot of this trolling, like, I mean, you know what, man? I just think we ain't seen it at a large scale yet. We haven't seen somebody get fucked up at a large scale
So
on some trolling shit.
kind of like what happened with Biggie and Pac. Like somebody's gonna have to really, it's gonna have to be an event where it's like, damn, I can't believe that shit really happened. And that's gonna like
the way we saw
cause things to move and change.
The way we saw PNB Rock die, which is fucked up. Rest in peace. The fact that we saw that, we just saw the end result of it. Like shit is like phases of death. Like this was back in the day, it was a tape that people would buy where that was the first time where I ever like people would see like death. Like you would see a nigga gay by alligator, people getting executed and all that. Then the internet came around and we started seeing more of that. I believe from this trolling shit, which people are dying from it now, like at small scales, and we see it here and there. A person of some type of like just with a big light that's trolling is going to die in front of the world, and that's gonna be the thing that make a motherfucker be like, is it worth it, dog? Is it okay? Is it worth being a man for one summer, or being worth $1 billion for one summer to nigga to have your life taken from you or somebody close to you? Like I think it's just that's the worst case scenario, because it's not just gonna be like, oh, you fall off, but yeah, you may fall off, but you can at least say I did it. But no, it's gonna have to be something like drastic, nigga, like large scale. And I think, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that's where we headed. Like it's gonna take, like we always saying that, like Tekashi gonna come home and get popped, and he didn't.
Yeah.
And he went broke because he had a bunch of security. But now who knows? The nigga might have had reconstructive surgery in his face, and he's somewhere else living in fucking Bolivia. We don't know. But I'm saying, like, I think the kid coming up now knows that it's like all that nigga rah shit, nigga. This niggas out here get you right, man.
So you think that water gonna find its level, but it's gonna have to take a hell of a violent, shocking act to get people to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get to that point, because it's so weird, because we talk so much about mental health now in quote unquote the discussion and conversation, but it's running concurrent with social media just changing the way we think, programming the way we feel. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sounding like one of them Kanye interviews, but social media is really, or that Boosie interview, but social media has really changed the whole perception of people's self-worth.
Yeah.
And you know, if I can make a couple crazy ass comments, off the cuff comments, then it's gonna heighten my attention. I'm gonna feel, I'm gonna almost get drunk with that attention. And I'm gonna have a high, and now I'm chasing the next high. So I gotta do something even more gregarious. I gotta do something more out there. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta keep this pace up. Like with Antonio Brown or Kanye, I don't know what they're gonna do next, but I assume whatever they do next ain't gonna just be like something normal. Like, yo, I really just assessing things. I'm gonna take some time. I do have a lot to say, but I'm gonna think this through. Let me focus right now about getting right with my business, getting right with my family. That ain't gonna happen.
My guy Steve Lewis said the world is losing the scope of reality. That's real talk. By way of social media. Social media is the worst thing to happen to us. What?
E Green just said some shit.
The young Dolph died from trolling.
I mean,
no, I think that was more ego. I think that's more ego than anything. Like, he was talking all that shit on that record. But yeah, and then you still in the motherfucker hood doing what you doing. I think that was just like, nigga, you got to get out the way. You can't move a certain way. Like, once you start getting the money you getting and you talking the shit you talk, you got to get out the way. T Grizzly, he out the way. You know what I'm saying? PNB Rock moved. He got out the way. But I mean, he was still moving in a way where it was like, nigga, once you live in a certain way, I hate to say it, we always say this, you just can't do the same shit. You want to, like, nigga, you want to still be able to walk to the store and not wear $2 million worth of chains. That just ain't reality, nigga. You can't do that. It's niggas out here fucked up.
But I can say this. Certain rapper energy from being around a lot of rappers. A lot of
niggas can't. Hey, Steve, a lot of niggas can't afford security to just walk around and go to Roscoe's with you. Like, I don't know if PNB had it like that. I just wanted to get that one out there.
I was just gonna say, also, this is where the content in your music welcomes a different energy. You know what I'm saying? So like on a show with, I done been backstage at an Eminem show, which he hella famous. That's the most people in fame I've ever seen, like backstage with some M shit.
Yeah.
So security was there more so like for like keeping panic down. But then I've been backstage on like sort of kind of like a height of this is old Jeezy. So, you know, not young Jeezy, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When young Jeezy was young Jeezy and he, you know what I'm saying? You know, realest in it. You already know, you know what I'm saying? Trap of the year 4 times in a row. Like, so that was a different energy because I think you carry yourself differently. Like, if you got a persona like you tough, you hard, don't nobody want to try you, I think it carries with you differently. You know what I'm saying? If you talking all that tough shit, talking all that cash shit, talking all that, you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. And niggas say that shit all the time. I heard 50 Cent tell a story about how he had a fake spinner G unit chain. So 50 Cent was talking like he was the super toughest nigga in the world. Not to say he wasn't, but he was smart enough to know that, nigga, at any point in time, nigga, this chain that I spent a lot of money on, all it take is for a regular nigga to reach over and grab it. And he had insurance on it. So he said, so that way I ain't had to have insurance on it all the time. I just kept that one in the safe and I would give that to niggas to wear. And that was moving around with it. So they just let you know, as much as niggas run around and talk that rah-rah shit, you can be the toughest nigga in the world, nigga. Earl Spence can probably beat every nigga up that walk up on him. But in reality, nigga, you still gotta move in a way to where it's like, nigga, anything can happen to you. So just a Dolph comment, like Steve said, Dolph could have probably afforded security. But yeah, a lot of these niggas gotta keep a persona and they gotta move a certain way. And there's people out here ready to prove that the legend is, you know what I mean? Niggas want to beat Kobe at one-on-one. Niggas want to knock you off your square. Even if the world don't find out, a nigga just want to be able to say, like, I did this to such and such. That's what that trolling shit is about. It's like, for every nigga who think it's a game, like, this is what I say about Charleston WHite. He seems prepared for whatever the shit he talking. He like, nigga, if you fuck with me, I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna spray you with mace, I'm gonna shoot you with this gun. I got a lock in my sock. I'm gonna hit you with that bitch. And if that don't work, I'm gonna call the police. Most of these niggas who want to troll and keep following that high, they not really understanding that it ain't nothing for me to come see you. You gonna troll me, nigga, but I know where you at. You on a flyer. You're gonna be at Dreas in Las Vegas. I'm coming. And nigga, it don't take shit for me to slip around there and stab you in your neck, nigga. So them the games niggas is playing, and when they understand that it's only a game until it ain't no more. So a lot of these niggas can't afford security. Like, do I feel like a nigga like Jay-Z? I feel like when you move differently, dog, you don't need a lot of that shit, even though you're gonna have it around. Jay-Z can afford security 365, 24/7, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he really needed like that. But first, he ain't moving around. He ain't going to Marcy like that. No more.
I mean, to me, a guy like Chance the Rapper, for sure, from
Chicago.
I assume guys like Chance the Rapper and J. Cole, the hood look at them differently because of the content in their music.
But if you know, but we know J. Cole is still J. Cole, and we can pull up, nigga, me and my nigga, every day we look up niggas' gross income. Like, how much you think he worth? He can be fake or real or fake, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But the average nigga can look and be like, I know this nigga J. Cole riding around here on this Schwinn, and he moving around like he just doing what he want to do, but he kind of worth some money. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's the way he moved. I mean,
and I'm just saying, I'm not saying he won't run into
I was about
nothing,
to contradict myself.
I'm saying he gonna run into less than you know, and hopefully, you know, I heard he out, hopefully he will, but he gonna run into less than like Little Baby and 42 Dugg. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I think the content does carry an energy, and you can speak from this from comedy. I assume, you know, certain comedians, just to the way they approach the stage, the way they interact with the audience, they gonna welcome a different energy than other comedians.
Yeah, my nigga Steve said Jay don't talk that shit either. My guy Steve said Jay don't talk that shit either. Now you say comedians carry what energy?
I'm saying like your content is gonna welcome like the crowd's perspective of who you are too, and that's gonna kind of feed into like, you know, being like, I can't think of like who. Okay, Cat Williams is.
Shout out to my baby Summer. She just said it's all about the energy you put out there. That's true. Like the energy you put out there, you get back. You move around here. Like I even heard I mean, nigga, look how Mike Tyson move around nowadays. Like Mike Tyson
versus back in the day.
Back in the day, but I think he moved like that because people tell you got to. You Mike Tyson. People won't want them to take pictures with you. They're gonna say what up. They're gonna call you the champ. But if you move in a way to where you feel like you're, I mean, and I just heard him say this because he said it's Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali didn't move with security, but that's a different damn and a time or whatever. But I truly believe no matter how big you get or whatever, if you change the way you look at shit and move a certain way, man, a lot of this shit people bring on themselves. Good and bad.
I agree. And I'm just saying, like, I was gonna say, like, Cat Williams to me moved, especially at his height, moved a whole lot like, you know, like trap rapper, you know, with the ice and all that shit.
I think it's what he
was
said,
running
though.
into, but I'm saying, but with the content, but the content welcomed.
He didn't do that on
energies.
Stage.
I know.
The shit that got him slapped, and when he got jumped by Benny Siegel and them with some extracurricular shit off the stage, high drunk. On stage, he never was on stage like fuck Benny Siegel or fuck a nigga in a cowboy hat. He was out of the show. He was out here in Detroit. I don't know if everybody heard the story.
The Cutter story.
Yeah, it was Cutters.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I delivered the Cutters on every Friday. So Cat Williams at Cutters after the show was a nigga with a cowboy hat on. He kept just fucking with him, and the nigga slapped Cat Williams. And it's like, you welcome that shit. Mike Epps. Do I think Mike Epps don't seem like no hoe, but no. Mike Epps seemed like you've never heard no shit like that. No. You know what I mean? You never heard of Mike Epps getting. I'm sure stories we all get into it. That's life. But like you say, the energy. I think it's the way you move and treat people. Like on stage, Cat Williams, like nigga, I see why everybody would love him, want to be around him. But then he might get off stage, and when he off stage, he talking to you condescending. He feeling a certain way, got his chains on. He a little nigga. He might even got a little man complex. Who knows how he moving around? And now you the biggest thing on earth. You in your head, you built yourself up. I mean, he feels that way. Maybe you do. But I'm just saying, like, it can come off bogus to the wrong nigga, and then shit happens. So as far, I don't know too many comedians who persona will make them, maybe niggas who roast niggas and kind of cut into niggas. I know comedians like that, where niggas had to get niggas out of clubs with guns. Here, where a nigga was roasting a nigga too hard, and he had to go to another nigga like, man, these niggas are here tripping, and they had to get the gun and walk that nigga out through the back. I had niggas pull a nigga, the niggas tried to stop me from talking, and the nigga was getting at me. The nigga was talking shit to me, so I'm just getting back at him, and they like, no, Josh, leave that nigga alone. I'm like, nigga, y'all paid me to be here. Tell that nigga to shut up. And I was a little smaller nigga then. They felt like he probably gonna fuck me up. But shout out to him. And shout out to my nigga Miles. That was Miles at that show. And just real fast, rest in peace to we just lost Michelle Talbert. Yeah, she just passed. I forgot about that. So I'll dedicate this to her. Probably should have did that last, but just crossed my mind when I was thinking about Miles. Let's see, that real one right there. Dolph trolling. I don't think that was that. That's real. Once you start getting any type of money, you got to get out the way. Even if that's 10,000, a motherfucker try you for it. Like, you just can't be around the same motherfuckers and do the same kind of stuff, bro. Like, eventually you got to get out the way. It sounds nice to have all this money and be in the hood, but it's like, then you get the money to get out the hood and get your people out. Why did you want to get out this situation to move to a nice crib to only hang out where you was already at? Nigga, you didn't have to get on to get out to stay where you was hanging at. Now you here with $300,000 around your neck. It's just, you got to move differently. Like, if you going out, take them chains off, man. Go out to eat. You should. We always say what you should be able to do, but you just can't. You should be able to fuck every bitch raw, but you just can't. If that makes sense, bro. You should. You should be able to wear your titties out. You should be able to wear a see-through shirt with the nipples covered and a nigga not come up to you.
Yeah.
But you can't, because a nigga want to suck him. A nigga want to suck him.
You're going to get attention from the guy you don't want attention from as well.
You should, your stomach should be fucked up, and you should be able to fart and a fart come out, but sometimes you shit on yourself. It's a lot of shoulds out here in the world, but you just got to move. If your stomach fucked up, nigga, hold that bitch. Go to the bathroom. Do it on the toilet. It's better to fart over the toilet than shit on yourself, nigga. In all these.
Hilarious.
Everybody can't come with you on your journey. I've been learning that. Summer, she got a spot, man. I gotta have her on here, man. She do massages. I was supposed to get one and set one up for me and my girl at the time, and I ain't even get in there because I got caught up in a bunch of shit. But yeah, you gotta come on here and talk your shit, man. I went to high school with her. I don't know what I went to high school or middle school. Anyway, I don't know what time.
Yeah, I mean, we up now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think we got most of this topic done.
Massage in Paradise. Massage in Paradise. This episode was sponsored by Massage in Paradise. Goddamn it, y'all go down there and see what that's about. Check that out, man. Everybody should get a massage. I work out on the regular. They say you're supposed to get a massage once a week. I never get one, so I think I should, because I cramp up real bad. You know what I'm saying? You see how the white tee fit me? I'm looking real. I'm on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even where I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Wait till a nigga get where he really want to be at, my nigga. I'm gonna troll the shit out of a nigga. Did you get that? I didn't even send you that. So the nigga in NLE Chopper, he put up a picture, which it might be trolling, where he kind of got his shirt on and he got his dick print. You know how niggas do that shit? Where they just take a picture of themselves and you can see their dick through their pants.
Oh, like the
a thirst trap for niggas. Yeah. Niggas do it for bitches. Mm-hmm. So he put the post up and niggas was like, some gay niggas said some shit, and he was just like, I should read it. I got it on here. I'm gonna read it. I want to see what you felt about this shit.
This is an interesting segment.
Yeah, and then we gonna get the fuck out of here. But because we're not doing it, and I wanted to cover this shit. And let me see. Hey, and shout out to Lil Durk attorney. That bitch fine.
Yeah,
I mean that young lady fine. My bad, y'all.
Let's see.
NL
Playing
Chopper.
in the snow. Let's see.
Is she white?
Yeah.
I didn't think she was white. Maybe that shit on Spiritual, which that's the wildest name ever.
Yeah, that's Lil Durk
Spiritual.
Attorney.
Yeah, Lil Durk Attorney, boy. Ooh wee. She work at Golden Sun. Like, yeah, let me get them buffs right there. She solid work, my boy. Let me see what this nigga NL Chopper. I just had this shit. I hate when you can't pull up shit. I know I put this shit in my favorite. Yeah. All right, let me see. I'm gonna type it in on Twitter. His response was wild as hell. She a good look though. NL Chopper. Let me see what it said. My bad, y'all. I know y'all niggas sitting on here like waiting on me. Where this nigga response to this bitch at? So he put this shit up. And basically he just put his response up there and okay, here you go. Bam. He said, the dog said, first and foremost, I love myself and I'm comfortable enough in my skin to show the beauty that God blessed me with. So I guess niggas was like, niggas gonna be like, bro, what the fuck you on, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? What you putting all this dick on here for? Like, nigga, I don't want to see that on my timeline. And the girl, the women gonna put that shit up. So he said, I love myself. So I love all. He said, I love all. So I don't mind attracting both genders. But most importantly, my sexual preference is women. So please stop trying to make me something I'm not. So how do that make you feel that he gotta say that I'm cool with niggas liking the picture of my dick? Cause I feel like nigga, if he put it up, I'm like nigga, okay. If a nigga like what I got, cool. But it's like, nigga, I don't want you to, but I ain't doing this for you. But he felt the need to have to say, he a gangster rapper too, to say like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with being attractive to all people, but my sexual preference is women. How you feel about that?
I think he trying to avoid getting cut out like the baby. And furthermore, I agree with him. I mean, if you put something up, it's no telling how the society gonna respond. It's kind of like what you said about a woman that wears something that's like, you know what I'm saying, like the see-through shirt or something. Yeah. Like, it's no telling who gonna respond to it. It could be, you know what I mean, even more than somebody that's gay. It could be somebody in your family, you know what I'm saying, your auntie or something. Like, who knows bullying. If you in that realm, like what's gonna happen, how people gonna respond. I mean, it is what it is, and I guess he just wanted to make it seem like,
are gay people bullying? Are gay people bullying us now, man? Now that they locked in like this, that they can come and you got to make a statement like that, like, oh, he gay, he put up that, and then you got to be like, you can't just say, no, I ain't gay, nigga. I put this up because women like, I look good and I think women gonna like this. Why do you have to say like I'm cool with all that? Like some nigga might not be cool with a nigga liking that shit. What's wrong with a nigga being? What's wrong with NL Chopper being like, nah, nigga, I ain't gay and I ain't do that for niggas. Niggas, I don't want a nigga to like my shit. Or is it you got gay fans and your gay fans should be able to want to fantasize about fucking you?
I think your gay fans should be able to do whatever fantasy they got. I mean, it's life. I mean, you put it up there.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got to have a close friends, my nigga. I ain't got one, but you know what I'm saying? You can do your shit up there like that. And hey, any nigga that I'm cool with, don't put me in your close friends. Like, I don't know what you niggas be on. Like, ain't no nigga putting no wild shit up, but it's like, why we in there together? Like, don't put me in there. Like, I wish Khary would put me in a close friends with him. Like, one of the old school comedians, shout out to that nigga, I ain't gonna say his name. He was showing me getting his dick sucked by this white woman, and I was like, I don't want to see you getting, I didn't want to see your dick today or ever. Like, now I know this nigga better than I need to know him. Like,
hilarious.
I ain't really appreciate that. Oh, all right. Before we get out of here, Aaron Donald, Jaylen Brown leaving Donda Sports amid Kanye controversy. Everybody getting the fuck back from this nigga, dog. That's crazy. They just said Northwest just divorced him. Everybody leaving my nigga Ye, man. Hey, man, you better see what Talib Kweli talking about. Now, that'll be what it is. Now, that's how you hit. That'll be God. That'll be full circle. He'll go do Talib Kweli podcast and be like, man, I was tripping. I apologize. Bye, about the backpack rapper shit. I had a different case. And then that's when everybody embrace him and he make another motherfucking college dropout. I don't know what he'll call it, nigga, like, shit, going back to get my master's or whatever.
I apologize. That's
yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm excited for? We can get out of here at this for real. Drake and 21 Savage from Duel. They dropping an album.
Okay.
Called Her Loss. I like them niggas together. I like the shit. And I like that song. I like the title, Her Loss. That's hard.
And that's funny.
That's hard. So anyway, real quick, just let y'all know where I'm at. I'm at the Toledo Funny Bone this weekend. If y'all want to drive 45 minutes out the way, maybe you got a little side bitch you want to impress. Bring her out there to Perrysburg. I even put you on the list, my nigga, because I you know what I'm saying? But you gotta prove it's your side bitch. You gotta prove to me that this your bitch on the side. and then I put you and your lady on the list.
How do they prove that it's a side?
You gotta prove. You gotta show me your girl, and then you gotta show, and she gotta come up like, oh, unless she, you know what I'm saying, she blindsided and she don't know that.
Blindsided.
Unless she don't know she on the side. So this is what you do. If you bring your side bitch down and don't bring your main girl and then have her say she your side and I find out, because then nigga we got a fucking problem.
They trolling you.
Yeah, now you playing with me, my nigga. I'm really gonna put you on the list and set you up.
Charleston WHite them.
Yeah, don't be no ass nigga, man. If you want to come, or if you got a side nigga, just let me know and y'all can come down to the Perrysburg Funny Bone and one of the shows. I got 1 Friday and 2 Saturday. So yeah, you can come, but you got to be trying to, because I know how it is when you got a little side something, you trying to do something. You like, man, fuck it, let's go down to Toledo and fuck with my nigga Josh. And now you way out. Ain't nobody there to know you in Perrysburg, man. I promise you, white people. What?
Any woman watching this that has gone on a date to the Toledo Funny Bone is now thinking like, 1 second.
Yeah. Or any of you who watched the movie at the Riviera on Grand River over there. On 8 Mile and Grand River, like, well, I ain't never been to this one. Like, yeah, they popcorn good as hell. Fuck different about they popcorn over here, nigga. No, my bitch and her people don't live over here. So yeah, Perrysburg Funny Bone this weekend, and then November 10th, 11th, and 12th, man. I'm at one mic stands out there headlining in Waterford. I want all them shows to have a decent amount of people, and I want to pack it all out. So the 10th, 11th, and the 12th. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I know T.I. gonna be here on 11, but hey, I will be performing at Waterford. Come fuck with your boy, and it's going down. Summer Chavis says she coming down. All right, now if you gonna come, you gotta pay if you bring your nigga. And if you come by yourself, but you bring a side with you, I'll set you up. But Carl, you ain't got nothing we gotta promote.
Nah, same old. Keep grinding. We got some more stuff coming soon.
Yeah.
You know, y'all know the Josh Adams Awards will be coming around sometime soon. We coming up with different.
That time?
Nah, but I'm just saying we planning for that in the future. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. We gotta do a whole. We gonna come up with new categories and everything.
I got a new one too. Fattest pussy on Instagram. I gotta show you this motherfucker. It's Instagram model. I just thought of a new category.
A new category.
I'm talking shit. I'm just saying, I'm being salacious. I'm trolling y'all. Hey, man, tell somebody that you love them, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be cool. Thank y'all for tapping in on Tuesday, man. I'll see y'all hopefully next week. I will see you, but I'm talking about whether we do it or not. We might do it early again, Tuesday or Thursday. Because I got 2 shows on these next 2 Wednesdays. So, all right, peace out, y'all. Y'all be cool, man.